Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Ria and I recently finished my masters in Germany and started working full time. In today's video, I'll be talking about my post-masters journey, and this is in continuation to my previous video, which was my master's journey in Germany. So today's video will be my post-masters journey, and a lot of you guys left me comments asking me questions like which field do I work in, what is the job market like here in Germany, and how much important is the German language while applying for jobs. So this video is exactly dedicated to that, and I'll be covering the journey as well as the questions which are related to this. So without a further ado, let's get started. Let me rewind a little bit to when I was finishing my masters. So during my studies, I was already working as a work student in a company, and some of you might already know it. And it's a multinational company in the field of automation and control systems. Later, I transitioned into a thesis student with the same company. But here's the thing, even though I was already working in the company, I did not have a clear idea whether they want to hire me full-time after my thesis. So I started applying to other companies as well, just to be safe. I started applying 2.5 months before I was finishing my thesis. Okay, now this is a very crucial time because during this time you also have to write your thesis, like wherein you have to document it, and that's the most stressful time. Along with that, going through the job search is also very stressful. I would say it is very difficult to manage both the things ideally. But yeah, like I started applying when I was also documenting my thesis. That was on and off. I did not like rigorously apply, but I still applied on and off. Some things that I took care when I was applying to the companies was I built a strong CV tailored to the German job market. So what we apply in other countries is not the similar way where we apply here in Germany. So there is this ATS format which we have to follow, and it's good to have that format when we are applying to German companies. Secondly, I wrote customized cover letters for every single application. Yes, it is a time-consuming process, but yes, it also makes a big difference here. Next thing, I applied mainly through the websites Stepstone, Indeed, and the company websites. And I was also active on LinkedIn, not afraid of sending out connections, asking for open job positions in the company, and not being afraid to reach out. And one thing that I would like to highlight is I kept learning German alongside with my studies. Not very active, but passively, yes, I still try to keep in touch with the language so I completely don't forget it. And when there is an interviewer calling me, I would go absolutely blank. So just to be in touch with the language, I just kept practicing a little bit here and there. Now here's the twist. In the middle of my applications, the company where I was already working in gave me a heads up that they are interested in keeping me, and some months later, after I finished my thesis, they converted me into a full-time role. So yes, I did not go through multiple rounds of interviews and rejections or long gaps. I know my path might sound smoother than what you usually hear, and I want to share it in the most humble way possible that my journey is not everyone's journey. I've had friends who have applied for months and faced a lot of rejections before they actually landed a role. Now let's talk about what most of you want to know. So what do I do professionally and which field am I working in? So I am working as a control system engineer in the process automation industry. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you are in a factory that makes bottled juice. You have machines that mix ingredients, fill the bottles, put the caps and label them. And all these machines need to be precisely timed, need to be monitored, and they need to be controlled. Otherwise, the juices won't taste the same consistently, the bottles might spill, or production could stop. So that's when engineers like me come in. We design and maintain the systems so that all the machines can work and run smoothly together. It's now going to get a little technical because in technical terms, I work with PLCs, DCS, SCADA, sensors, control valves, and so on. A big part of my job is also collaborating with different end users to understand what their requirements or how does their process run, so that we can develop a system that is in line with their requirements. And we also integrate the systems in order to ensure that the processes run efficiently and safely. Now let's talk about something that most of you are also curious about, and that is the job market in Germany. I will be talking about the job market for my field, but in general, let's try to decode and let's try to understand how it is for your field that you are trying to look for. Even though the industry has had ups and downs, the automobile, the automation, and the process industry is still in demand. The field has a strong long-term potential, and here's why. Germany is heavily pushing towards the industry 4.0, which means more digitalized, smarter, and more connected industries. And in general, industries like food processing, pharma, automobile, chemical, and so on rely highly on automation systems and automation professionals. So companies here look for engineers who are technically sound and can adapt to system thinking, who have a prior experience of working in this field and know the tools like Semantic, PCS7, Delta V, Centum VP, and so on. The job market can feel a bit tough, and yes, there is a lot of competition because, like you, there will be people who are applying to many jobs here.
Last but not the least, how important is German language when it comes to applying for jobs? Now, let me spill the fact honestly in front of you. Language does play a big role in Germany, and I'll tell you why. So, I'm in a field in where I must greatly collaborate with the end users to get some insights, to get to know what are the requirements, so that we can develop something in line with what they requested. Also, my profession asks me to travel to different site locations to do the testing. So, at such locations, not necessarily that all the people will be talking in English, because like us, like it is in our country, जैसे हम हिंदी में बात करते हैं remote locations में, और इंग्लिश को इतना प्रोफिशिएंटली नहीं बोला जाता है कुछ कुछ जगहों पे, तो इट्स द सेम सिचुएशन विच व्हेन इट कम्स टू जर्मनी. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन आई थिंक it's always good to know the language. Your job might also not need you to know the language, but there are some situations, there are some scenarios that you definitely feel that language is important. Applying to job is one of them. So as I said, like as we are comfortable talking in Hindi, and we prefer talking in Hindi in our nation, that's the same situation here. And now, why is B1 level or B2 level of German required for you to find a job here? Now, coming to this point, I would like to explain by saying this key. Previously, like a few years ago, there were some jobs which were posted, and there were, like, for example, there were 10 people who were applying to this job posting years ago. The same job posting still continues to be there today, but the difference, and a very big difference, is instead of 10 people applying for this job, there are now 200 people. Like, there are 10x people, 20x people applying to this job. Now something is in such a big demand, then of course there comes the power of rejections also lies with the company. Why will the company reject you? Because if you are competing with people who have better German, I think then they would prefer them. Because in general, if there are team meetings that happen, there are of course team meetings that happen in English as well, but if there are team meetings that happen in German, they will try to select a person who already knows the language and can adapt comfortably within the team, rather than putting them into a situation where they have to talk English. They would rather choose you so that you can collaborate with teams in German. So here are some few reasons, which is why there is this big thing about language which is going on currently in Germany. And yes, it is a fact that it is coming into a picture right now, and greatly it is being visible right now because of these few reasons. But now, if you're skilled, adaptable, proactive, and know a little bit of German already, I think then there is a great opportunity here. So that's my story from being a master student to now a full-time control systems engineer in Germany. If you're already currently studying in Germany or planning to study here, I would say start networking early and gain some experience already beforehand. Maybe do some internships or your projects when you're already back in India, or try to do it when you come to Germany, and keep learning the language, especially if you're planning here to stay for a long term. It's going to be handy. Even if you get a job without the language, you'll still go ahead with your visa and you'll go ahead with your PR. That's definitely when it is going to be needed. And if you're looking to build a career in the automation or the control systems domain, then I would say Germany is still a great option, considering all the points that I have said you earlier. I hope this video gave you a realistic yet an encouraging perspective. If you have any questions about working or living or studying in Germany in general, then feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll try to cover them in my next future videos. And if you find this helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might benefit with it. And don't forget to subscribe for more such videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.